I'm Farmer Dave, and it's May 4th, 2009, and we're here at Farmer Dave's Doomeresque Farm on Parker Road in Drake, Mass, planting blueberries. This field here, we've been getting it ready to plant blueberries for the past 2 or 3 years. We first tilled it. It was an old rundown hay field, and we plowed it up, and then we installed some drainage lines so we have a good water drainage, and then we started improving the soil. We planted several cover crops and green manures. We spread about 3 inches of compost a couple of years ago, worked that in, all the while trying to lower the pH because blueberries prefer a more acidic soil. This winter and spring we also spread about 4 or 5 inches of wood chips that we then plowed in and then rototilled into the soil to try to improve the tilth of the soil and make it lighter. Blueberries like a very rich soil that's high in organic matter. The organic matter 3 years ago was only about 3.5% here, and now it's already up to about 5.5%. And once these wood chips decompose, I'm sure it'll probably end up being up around 7% organic matter. The pH when we started was about 5.8, and now we've brought it down to about 5, which is what blueberries really want. And so we've pulled these raised beds with the tractor to try to bring the soil up and get the roots of the blueberries a little bit higher, so that, because this tends to be a wet part of the field, we don't want them too low where they're going to tend to rot. And so now we're planting them every 5 feet. Each row is about 11 feet apart. In about 5 years, these will be about 8 feet tall, and be coming right into the row, and there won't be that much room to walk. Right now it looks like there's a lot of room to walk, but later on there won't be. It takes a long time to get these established, a good 3 to 4 years before you can really start picking any type of volume. And we're planting 7 different varieties. The first one is Rika, which we planted over there already, about 250 plants of those. That variety is going to be ready around July 10th, and it'll have a harvest window of about 3 weeks. And then we've got Patriot, Chandler, Jersey, Blue Crop, and then Liberty and Aurora. Aurora is the latest variety, and that won't actually start being harvested until about August 25th. But then will be harvested right into October. So that's a very late season variety. So we're trying to have as long of a harvest window as possible because we're in New England. It's already a short season, but we want to extend that harvest period as long as we can. So here we are again, digging the holes, putting the plants in. The next thing is, in a couple of weeks, we'll come through here and spread some sawdust around the plants to keep the weeds down. And we'll probably come through here about every 2 weeks in the summer with a rototiller to just kind of keep going through and kill the weeds between the rows. And then next year we'll add more sawdust, and then actually we'll start adding wood chips. And eventually, every few years we'll be adding more and more wood chips, and that'll keep improving that organic matter of the soil. Because long term we don't want that organic matter to go down, because that's really the long-term fertilizer for the blueberries. And then the next thing we'll have to do, big project for the blueberries, is in about 4 years we're going to have to install a netting to keep the birds out, because if we don't, the birds will probably come in and eat about 25 to 50% of the crop, which adds up to be quite a bit. So we'll put up some poles and get this little plastic mesh to keep the birds out. And, otherwise it's kind of a long-term project, but you have to start someplace.